there and go kick their ass!
I'm Dan Gheesling, and I was the winner of Big Brother 10. Since winning Big Brother, I met the love of my life, Chelsea. So what do you think about me leaving this summer?
I'll miss ya.
I'm still coaching football, and this past season, we actually won a state championship. As a football coach, the game and landscape is always changing, and in Big Brother, it's no different. I'm very, very excited that I get to combine two of my passions, coaching and Big Brother.
And I'm like, wow, here we go. Dan is a winner. He won Big Brother.
Obviously, you guys don't need to be scared. I'm here to help you and coach you up. So, it's no joke. You're here to win, and I'm here to help you win. I want to get one of you the $500,000. Who's it going to be? I hope you guys are ready to play. I'm gonna coach my players to be the toughest, fiercest, and most competitive players out there. So at the end of the day, one of them is gonna be holding the $500,000 check next to Julie. Big call, big call.
Dan, who do you choose?
The ideal type of person that I want that can win this thing is someone who's ruthless enough to stab people in the back, but nice enough to make that person like you while the knife's going in. Give me Kara.
Okay, to be fair, we'll now reverse the order. That means Dan, you pick next.
Give me Danielle.
Dan, as the coach of the losing team, you must send Kara, Danielle, or Jody home. Please make your decision.
Jody, I'm sorry, I have to evict you. The reason I got rid of Jody is because Kara and Danielle get along very well. So if my two players can get along and work together, it's gonna be great for me in the long run.
We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, so.
Obviously, we're both experienced. So what are you thinking, buddy?
If a coach can get one of their players to the end and actually win the entire thing, we get $100,000. It's very important to use Dan as an ally because he can maybe help me get to that 100K.
You maybe want to will it up a little bit with me?
I mean...
Maybe I wouldn't come after your people, vice versa.
When Mike Boogie says to me, are you ready to will it up? What he's really saying is, are you ready to take this thing all the way to the end, just like he did with his former Alliance member, Dr. Will, back in season 7? I really want to play with him, but at the same time, you're kind of making a deal with the devil.
We don't have to write a contract out. I'm just wanted to make sure we were, we haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, so.
Up next, Dan and Janelle.
Right now I'm a man down, and if I win this competition and save one of my people, it leaves a huge bullseye on the other, and they're gonna come after her even harder. I know I gotta throw it.
Here they go!
Go, Dan, you got this!
Come on, Janelle, get up there, girl!
It's about an even race.
Nice work, Dan. Come on,
Go
push it, Dan.
on, dog! Oh, it's about even.
I get to the hill, and now it's time to throw it like a champ.
Oh no! Dan blew the turn.
Come on, Janelle! Woo!
I'm crawling, I'm climbing, I'm trying to do whatever I can. You can see the veins in my hands, I'm struggling, and then all of a sudden I see the blonde mane ready to pounce on me, and I couldn't be happier. Whether or not they believed if I threw it or not really depends on how stupid these players are.
I can't believe he struggled on that.
I've already lost my first player in Jody, and now Kara's nominated. I'm in grave danger of only being left in this game with one player. I've got to make sure Kara doesn't break down.
You were put there because everyone likes you and no one's gonna vote you out.
I feel like they want me out.
I'm not gonna let you go out week 1. I'm gonna go to work for you. Number one thing, they have to know that you're not gonna come after them. And I'll work on that with you, alright?
I just don't want to be like to go in the first week.
You know who your coach is, right? You think I'm gonna let that happen?
Yeah, but they know who my coach is too. Part of having Dan as my coach does kind of put a target on my back because they know Dan's a good player. He's smart.
And now it's like me versus you.
Yeah, I know.
either way, no matter what happens, like, you lose a guy or I lose a guy, we're still.
Yeah. At the end there, I thought Frank's would be the last key.
Really?
Yeah, but as long as there's two of them up there, we're in the same boat.
One of my players and one of Mike Boogie's players were nominated for eviction. That pretty much raised the red flag that, you know what, Team Blonde is actually a reality.
We gotta go at them hard next week. We got a little brains, we got a little brawn.
Dude, if we go out as coaches before those two
I
girls,
know. Dude, that's all that's on my mind right now.
Chat with you really quick. He's like, you know that if you get Dan out of this game, you have a 33% chance of $100,000, right? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I never thought of that.
see, that's what I was freaking worried about.
He came to me in the bathroom and said it. Yeah.
Mike Boogie's not as smart as he thinks he is. To win this game, you gotta have someone working with you. And right now, he just turned his back on me. And one thing you need to learn, you never turn your back on a renegade because you're gonna get stabbed, Mike.
Kara, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Kara, if you're seeing this, I have to take some responsibility. As a coach, I let you down, and I don't take that very lightly. I'm just sorry to see you go.
This week, what you gotta do, you gotta get closer to Janelle's team. That's our safest play.
Most coaches might be panicked right now, being only down to one player, but I'm a very positive thinker. There's always a way out of every situation as long as you believe you can get out. I feel extremely confident that Danielle at least has one more week of safety.
When they start going to war, they're gonna need you. You gotta start making ground with Janelle's team.
I bet you're an awesome mom. You miss your husband at all?
Yeah.
It was tough. I mean, it wasn't like last time you were here, you weren't married.
No, I just had a boyfriend and we weren't like that serious. It's like so hard now because married.
I can't think about that. Like, I start to get like,
Yeah.
I'm not an emotional guy at all, but it's different. I mean, like, even though I haven't been gone that long, I just want to be a better husband to her. I mean, because like, what if this was my life? Like, not this, but if I didn't have her, I'd be like, be done.
Thinking about my wife Chelsea in this house is a total catch-22 because when I start to think about her, then I get a little emotional. I know my wife at home, she wants me to play this game laser focused. It's very difficult. No tears from Dan. She would not want to see me cry in here, so I can't let her down.
It's crazy how things change.
I know.
Welcome to the yard, Diggity Dog Dan.
Welcome to Detroit.
Jazzy Jam.
Even though I only have one player left in this game, I still have to throw this competition because Danielle and I have built a weak persona and we've got to keep that up.
You know something I don't know.
Mind if I try to help you? It's gonna seal your fate.
Why do you feel like if you try to help me, I'm for?
I just don't want to be the reason you get booted from this house. To be honest with you.
No, Dan, no. You cannot do this. You helped Kara the entire way.
And look what happened to her.
You can't do this to me right now. You can't just all the way and then just be like, oh, by the way, sorry, you're on your own.
That's what I'm saying.
So it may look like I'm being very harsh on Danielle, but that's exactly what she needs. This is one of my coaching techniques. I'm trying to light a fire underneath her so she starts to fight to save herself.
It's graduation day, 4th quarter. Coach on the sidelines, he can't play. You have the ball in your hands. You just gotta get through JoJo. You get through JoJo, you score a touchdown. We'll be here for a long time.
Damn.
Basically right now, it's not decided. It's up in the air. But there's a lot of things you can do to get it back into your favor instead of 50-50. What's up, man? Oh, you're good.
It's okay.
As a coach, when you manipulate someone's emotions and motivations, you've got to be very careful. It's almost a last resort, and I feel that's where Danielle and I are at in this game. If she doesn't fight really hard, then this thing's gonna go south.
I'm just so pissed and hurt. I trusted Shane with everything, and Dan's abandoning me. It really hurts my feelings because I have nobody. I feel so rejected and unwanted that it really, really hurts.
Danielle's on the block, my back's against the wall, but Coach Dan has a secret play that he hasn't played yet. It's a Hail Mary, it's a last-second shot. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep Danielle in this game, even if it means throwing Brittany and JoJo under the bus.
Are you crying? I had to do that to you for a reason.
I hope it's a really good reason.
I told Danielle she was gonna be completely alone in this game and she was gonna have to figure it out for herself. But I did that as a motivational tool to light a fire underneath her and get her going.
You can't do this to me right now. You can't just be like, oh, by the way, sorry, you're on your own.
That's what I'm saying.
My intention in pulling this coaching move on Danielle was not to make her upset. It might have gone a little too far. It's my job now as a coach to reel her back in and get her refocused.
I just don't want you to think like I abandoned you, but I had to do that. So you felt that way. You need to know how real of a shot there is of you going home. Because that's how real this is. I shouldn't have done that to you, and I'm sorry.
You thought you had to, so it's okay.
I'm gonna help you get out of this mess. I mean, we have to go to work.
Dan's plan really, really hurt my feelings, but I do forgive him for what he did because I know he has a good heart and I know he had good intentions.
What was it like playing with Dr. Will?
He was just really good.
Could you ever tell when he was lying or no?
Not really.
If Kermit the Frog and Ryan Seacrest had a baby would be Dan.
I'm here to help you and coach you up.
Dan is always coaching no matter what he does.
I want to get one of you the $500,000. Who's it gonna be?
When he makes breakfast, he's like, I love those eggs and that ham and the way you put the pepper on it. Good job.
Give me Kara. Give me Danielle.
He sure picked a lot of hot ass to be on his team. Dan's eyes got pulled into the gravitational force of boobies.
Damn! All right! Yeah!
Every so often the stars align and I don't throw a competition. This is one of those competitions. If I don't win, someone could trade Danielle off my team and stick me with one of their losers.
I might have the big 80s hair, but I'm watching them and it looks like an 80s music video.
Come on, Dan, you got this. Yeah, baby.
On the Tongue Trainer Elite, I think America's getting way more than they bargained for with me and Janelle playing tonsil hockey with a switch. You and 5 guests of your choice are invited to your own private sushi and cocktail party! Now the hard part. Please choose the 5 people you want to party with now. In my profession, coaching, rule number 1 is you always take care of the coaches. It may look like the nice guy move to bring all the coaches to the sushi party, but I don't want them alone with any of the players working out any special deals without me being down there knowing exactly what the heck's going on.
I like that rule.
Part of this game is kissing ass, even if it's very tan like Shane's ass! No problem. And, of course, a coach is nothing, absolutely nothing, without their sole player in the game, Danielle, joining us! You can't have karate without a little sushi. Let's go party!
I may not have won the coaches competition, but I did win a sushi party. I chose to bring all the coaches with me. The reason is because I don't trust any of them alone with the players. So I'm using a sushi as a strategy dinner and keeping them away from the players. Also, I'm bringing Danielle with me because she's my player, and Shane because sometimes you can kiss the HOH butt and it goes a long way.
Sweet.
Nice.
What do we run with? You calm down.
I just keep
Stop liking Shane. You're a command you to stop liking.
fine, done.
You're not gonna date when you get out of here. He's not your husband. He's not gonna be your boyfriend. I'm just breaking it down for you.
I wasn't even thinking along those lines.
Yeah, you were.
No,
I hope I get out of here and then I can date Mr. Vermont 2008. No one gets between me and my Shane. I'm not losing 100K over a little high school crush.
I'm not losing 500,000 over him either. How am I flirting with losing $500,000?
Because your feelings are getting involved, even just a little bit. You have to play this game like a cutthroat assassin. You don't care who you cut at any time, except your coach.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Jewel. Mrs. Chen, good to see you again.
If you would like to accept America's offer, please hit the reset button now.
Well, me and America have a great relationship, and I think they know what I'm gonna do. Time to get dirty, punch it in. Let's go.
Thank you, Dan.
If you tempt me with the chance to get back in and play this game, I'll be here anytime, any place, anywhere.
The plan was to vote his ass out tonight.
In the heat of the moment, Dan said that the plan was to vote Frank out.
Okay, sorry.
This got my head spinning in many different directions, in that I thought we were pretty good on the votes, but what disturbed me more is that Dan knew it ahead of time and didn't tell me.
Good luck, man. Eventually, it was gonna come out that Frank was on his way home. I told Boogie this to start to build a little trust. In this game, to have Boogie playing with me as opposed to against me is gonna get me a lot further.
Did you hit it? Stop it. Piece of crap. Stupid. I have 3 players left. You idiot.
Did you two not?
No, why would I?
Guys, come the time. Coach just can't do it anymore. Good luck, y'all.
Good job, Dan.
Now that I'm a player in this game, not much has changed in terms of my strategy between coach and player. I'm still gonna try and build a weak persona in this house, much like I did the last time I won this game.
What? I can't hear you. You said you won't go up.
Danielle, look at me. I picked you for a reason, because I know this is in you. You set the deal, you don't make the deal. Whatever happens from this point forward, Danielle, you know this is your shot. You want to win this game, starts right now. My life is on the line with the country girl from Alabama. If she doesn't win, I might be in trouble. So I'm coaching my tail off like I've never done before. I'm not your coach anymore. I'm gonna help you, do whatever I can to help you. But you want to win this game, it's on you. You win, you're seeing your mom, your dad. There's gonna be a Bama flag in there. You're ready to give that up. Take a dive. I don't think you are though. Hey, right here. You gotta show it. You gotta do it.
Even though Dan isn't my coach anymore, nothing's changing. I've got his back and I know he has mine, and it showed tonight as he was still there for me. So, love that guy.
No one thought you had this in you. Proud of you, Danielle. So proud of you. Danielle pulls off an incredible upset, and I'm so proud of her. And she can become a great Big Brother player, and she just proved it.
I got so excited I said Frank was going. I screwed up. I know I screwed up, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a stupid ass move to do.
In this game, when I make a major mistake, I'll own up to it to the people I trust.
I know I screwed up, I just got so excited.
No, she's a huge threat. I think Boogie is a huge threat.
I do not want a former coach nominated because if one of the former coaches gets evicted, the target gets enormous on my back.
I'm terrified of leaving Boogie not on the block.
I just think from last night, this morning, this afternoon, we were set on a plan and we're freaking out over the worst case scenario that can happen. I have to do my absolute best to make sure Danielle does not nominate a former coach. As long as the former coaches are in this game and not nominated, they have a chance to shield me from any fire from the other house guests in this game.
I have nominated you, Frank, and you, Will.
Unfortunately, to enact my plan, I had to do a little manipulation with Danielle, but she still trusts me, which is a great thing in this game. Now I just need to ensure that these nominations stay the same so that all the former coaches stay safe. Very excited about Ian committing to me, Brittany, Shane, and Danielle because he's a trustworthy number, and that's gonna help me get further in this game.
We can do our name.
Hold on, let me just guess some. Quack Pack.
Nope.
Duck Squad.
No.
Duck Tail.
No.
Does it have anything to do with a duck?
No, but I do like the Quack Pack.
I kind of like that too.
The Quack Pack?
No, we can just do this. That can be our symbol.
Ian reminds me of a younger version of myself. He's a little crazy, a little kooky, but he's very trustworthy. If I have the opportunity to run all the way to the end with this kid, I'm gonna do it.
We don't nominate each other unless there's no other options at all.
Which means final five.
Which means final five.
1, 2, 3.
Quack pack.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
It's a freaking Quack Pack.
For the first time in this game ever, I've seen Janelle quiet as a mouse. She didn't have any response. She didn't have any quick comeback. She sat there silent, which told me she was lying. Well, that clearly is never gonna work.
Yeah, I just can't, you know.
Are you ready to roll or what?
Yeah, did that work for you? I mean, were you ready to sack down her?
I mean, I'm gonna sell the squad and say, let's do it.
There'd be no better show than me and you sitting there at the end. And there's no better way to kick that off than sending that liar home. Let's do it. All right?
I wholeheartedly wanted the four coaches to come together, but at the same time, when I see a red light that tells me to stop, I'm not gonna go through it. Mike Boogie's playing the honest card, so I'm gonna play the honest card right back with him. It's time to go, we're rolling together, and it's about time the two winners of this game got back on the same side. You're about to roll with two of the best winners in this game, so you better not get up.
Thank you, Dad.
Since we're all kind of keeping it quiet, the Silent Six.
Here's our sign. Here's our sign.
Okay. Silent.
What are you doing? Danielle has graduated from the Big Brother School of Dan because she just made an enormous move in this game and she didn't bat an eyelash when she did it.
Did a good job on your speech and everything.
I felt like everybody could hear my heart beating out my chest, and I could feel her glaring.
So what did she say?
She was like, what's going on? And she was like, well, I can't believe Dan would tell you to nominate me. I said, Dan didn't tell me to nominate you. I said, this is because I felt like you were coming after me.
You're about to get one of the best players to never win this game out of the house.
What the hell happened, Dan?
I was surprised.
I cannot believe she nominated me. Like, I was totally not going after her.
I feel like it was like a girl instinct thing, and that's what I can't rationalize with is like these girl feelings. I'm telling Janelle I have no clue what's going on. I'm acting dumb, I'm acting confused, but in actuality, I've been on board to backdoor Janelle since this whole thing got started. You can't just feed him, you gotta make him do a trick.
Dan!
What? I don't feed my dog without making him do a trick.
Well, he can't eat inside anyways.
Janelle, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
I mean, I'm rooting for Dan, definitely.
Why?
I love Dan. Who doesn't?
Janelle, it wasn't supposed to work out like this. After you wouldn't sacrifice Joe, an alliance of 6 was formed for the sole reason to backdoor you, and there was nothing I could do at that time. I wish you, Violet, and your husband the best luck in Minnesota, and I'll see you on the outside.
As long as I'm not the one wearing the mask, I don't give a...
I mean, I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to, but I'm just saying we gotta at least talk about it.
Oh, put Dan up. I didn't think of that.
In no way, shape, or form am I comfortable with being a pawn. I'm such a threat in this house. I know if I'm on the block, there's a high chance I'm going home. I'm not the one who wants to wear the mask of a pawn. Keep me off the block, Frank.
I would humbly request not to.
You don't trust your alliance, huh?
I've had to pee since like 6 in the morning. Just haven't been able to make it over there. And good thing you guys have been working out.
I am very lucky. I have 2 muscular man crutches. They help me around the house, and with the help of them, I will be getting better sooner than later.
Okay, no.
Take this out there.
I feel very blessed to have everyone so kind to me.
Wow, that was incredible. Okay. Did that hurt?
No. Oh, we'll just wait right here.
The goal of this game is to fill your citrus suit up with as much juice as possible, then run over to the juicer and squeeze the heck out of it to fill up your jugs below. First team to fill up the jugs of 4 opposing players will win the competition. Those 4 players will then be the have-nots for the week. Things get hectic in these competitions. People are running around, people are screaming. Lemons are actually gaining ground on us. I'm getting a little afraid because I want no part of slop or a hard bed this week.
In the pool! In the pool! Get him up!
Twist that. No, don't go up. The ball's not going to move up. Twist it towards you.
Shane, taking puzzle building advice from Brittany is like taking dating advice from Ian. Zing! Frank is both the HOH and veto holder this week, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. If he wants to make a big power move and make a statement, what better move than to backdoor me and get one of the winners out of this house? Frank closes the veto box, I'm not nominated, and life is good. I won this game last time by dodging bullets, and I just dodged another one. Missed bullet 0, Dan 1. I'm completely relieved that I'm not getting backdoored this week. However, at any point, someone could plant that seed like, hey, Dan won this game before he's dangerous, let's backdoor him. This is something I feel I'm gonna have to continue to fight the rest of the season.
Thanks, Papa.
You were close. You were real close. He thinks we're joking.
Dan, I'm being dead serious right now.
We're being serious. You're gonna win HOH.
It's not in the foreseeable future.
Great. Great.
Yo. That scare you? Yeah. No one else is up here, right? We never get any time alone to talk, but I know probably, you know, it was a little difficult to trust me, but like what you did today, I really appreciate that because, I mean, if you wanted to, you probably could have teed off on me, you know?
I won't say it didn't cross my mind. I'm honest. I've got yours and Mike back together, you know, and I feel like it's the same way.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Frank telling me that he considered backdooring me tells me that I can't trust him. If you're gonna entertain the thought to backdoor me right now, you're definitely gonna do it at a later part in this game. If I get the opportunity to shank Frank in this game, I'm gonna do it.
Ashley, I respect you making a move. I like that. You're not waiting around for a guy to come to you, you know?
That's right.
He hasn't asked you out since the slop date.
I was gonna make her dinner.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
Obviously, I'm happy that Will left because it could have been me. Frank was inches away from backdooring me. Heading into this week, I'm definitely on high alert. I gotta keep my tabs on this bushy-haired maniac and make sure I keep him in line more so than previous weeks. I went for the safety because then I'm not forced to decide between the Quack Pack and the Silent Six. I need to stay in the middle right now, even though it's killing me inside. Brittany's won safety, so there's no point in me continuing to fill up the safety jug because that's over. Now I gotta make a move and try to catch Shane in the HOH. Much like in life, in this game, it's never over.
I can do this.
I know that if Shane falls or gets tired or possibly gets injured, I got a shot to win this thing. just think if you want to make a move,
now's the time.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as you guys got my back, you know.
I got your back.
I had all intentions of staying true to the Silent Six, but it looks like Frank and Boogie are already turning on us, so I might need to make a big power move. Frank and Boogie this week, right?
Frank
and Boogie.
You know what I value, and I don't want to look like a fool.
And don't you think I know that about you and that I wouldn't do something like that?
Who are we supposed to believe at this point? We could have done anything we wanted last week. Anything. The targets were way tastier than Will, and I fought Frank tooth and nail because he was worried about you. So it's just that's what hurts for me. Whether it was Brittany, you, or combination, or Shane, whatever the case may be. She said a reliable source that she believed in. That ain't Joe. It adds up too much for it not to be true.
I'm sitting there taking it and not defending myself because if I expose our mole Ian, the whole alliance will crumble.
If I make a move, I'm not going to sit here and hide and say
So you didn't say to Brittany that I said I wanted to make a move on her soon?
Nope.
So do we want to have this conversation in front of her? I've got nothing to hide.
And do you think I do?
Then sit here and tell me that Brittany has made this entire thing up.
Do you want? I'll go get her.
Yeah.
We'd like to at least hear from Dan. Hey, yeah, I threw your names out there.
I think the silence says it all, so it's fine.
Here's what I'll say. On my wife, on Chelsea, didn't come out of my mouth.
Dan, I'm sorry, buddy, but you can say that, but you've lied to my face before.
That's fine. And I can understand why you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you.
Dan's silence said everything. Dan is never at a loss for words, and the fact that he wouldn't speak just showed that he couldn't speak without lying, and he chose to remain silent. So thank you, Dan.
I think I got it. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, man.
Bye.
Do you want me to take the heat on this one? Or, I mean, I don't know what to do, but I don't drag people's names through the mud, and I don't appreciate mine either. And I'm close to not being able to protect that kid any longer.
I know.
I'm not cool with that. Because in this game, if I get caught in something or if I do something, I'll admit to it. I don't care. But I don't do that stuff. That's why, I'm covering for this kid and no one has a clue, which I understand.
I know, but he's given us so much good information.
I know, but it doesn't matter anymore.
You don't think it matters?
I mean, the Alliance, our Quack Pack matters, but I guess I just got moved to the front of the pecking order.
What do you think we should do, though?
I mean, I'll take heat for the group as long as I know that kid is going to do the same for us. Because if he doesn't, and he doesn't appreciate that, then I'll throw him to the wolves. I don't care. Worst case scenario happens. Frank and his best buddy, Mike Boogie, they think they have a chance to keep themselves in this game. It's a worst case scenario for me because I know Frank's gonna be safe for another week and his #1 target is right here.
Oh, you should be. You should be very worried because you're sitting on the sidelines with that key dangling around your neck while other people play for HOH. And you're in a lot of trouble, son.
Is that a threat,
You
Boogie?
better hope your boss wins HOH.
Is that a threat? It's the truth, Shane. I mean, you weren't my target at all now. It's great for Dan because now he goes from #1 on my list to #2.
He's good.
Dan likes to play silent, but the guy's really just Satan. He likes to pretend he's the Catholic schoolboy, and he's not.
Frank, we got to give it up to this guy.
I know, right?
He's good.
I told you, though.
I know, you did. Dan, are you going to ignore me all week? It'd be much more fun if we could just have some laughs about this whole mess.
I'm not trying to ignore you.
I tip my cap.
No need to do that, man.
I wonder why you versus the other two, though. Have you thought about that at all? Dan's right here. He probably could tell you. I think he was probably in on the conversations.
Yeah.
Busy reading right now.
So I'm sitting here taking all this heat from Mike Boogie, and everyone knows I'm never gonna crack under pressure. Bullying doesn't work on me, but the interesting thing is that Ian's sitting there watching this all happen. I just hope he realizes how much heat I'm taking for him and understands what I'm doing for the kid.
I'm trying to think down the road for these guys. It'd be great if they're in the final 3 with you and Danielle, because you'll definitely throw that last HOH so you don't have to slash Danielle's throat on national TV. Am I right, Dan?
I haven't even thought that far down the road.
Oh, I bet you have thought every inch of the road, Dan. The only thing I will ask of Dan is just don't do wrong by Ian. Frank's a big boy, he's gonna go to battle, but I just hope Dan doesn't do you wrong. Just watch out, Ian. He's a beast.
Dan.
Hey, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
For Janelle, I vote to evict Mike.
Thank you.
Mike Boogie, I don't even know where to start, man. Entering this game, I had a high respect for you as a player, and I wanted to work with you. I wasn't the one who ratted you out.
The Quack Pack's gonna want me to go after Frank, but I don't want to be the one to have to do it.
I got your back. We got you, dude. Just breathe, man. No matter what happens.
Person,
oh, you're not. For what? What did you do?
Did you see what I freaking did out there?
You're not a bad person, man. This is chess. That's all it is.
Terrible person.
No, you're not, man. I hook you up with my sister. That's how much I think of you. And I don't tell anyone that.
I'm gonna burn in hell.
What?
I'm gonna burn in hell.
For what? What did you do?
I did that.
Dude, that looked like someone who wanted to win the game to me.
I don't want Ian beating himself up. I've got to keep him headstrong in this game so he can make the next big move that I need him to. If he's doubting himself, that's going to be a lot more difficult to get done.
You might think you're a quack pack. You're ready. Renegade, dude.
Frank wins the HOH. I'm in trouble. There's no doubt in my mind who he's gonna put up. But I'm gonna do whatever it takes to stay in this house, and I'm gonna slither my way out this week one way or another. I get the first set of quarters, I get the first crack in the machine, and all I have to do is go snag it.
Got it? Is it in that ball?
Go look in there.
You already got it?
Yep.
Dan got it, Daniel.
Yeah, he got it.
No. Because he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Huh?
Still in there.
He wanted us to stop looking.
Dan is so desperate to get this veto right now, he is willing to lie, cheat, whatever he's got to do to save his life.
Chubb. Is that your pocket?
Just mine, homie. Take it easy.
Sorry, Bob.
Yeah, you're never going up, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Dan is acting completely selfish and rude during Pandora's box, taking everything for himself. It's sick.
Why are you yelling at Ian?
It's like he doesn't see the big picture, or he does see the big picture rather, and he just doesn't care.
Hey, kids!
What?
Rap City, baby!
He got it.
Ian wins a veto. I'm disappointed in myself. I could have avoided Frank's wrath, but I missed my chance.
I nominated you, Dan, and you, Danielle. As far as you, Dan, tried to get me out for a few weeks now. I passed up on 2 opportunities. I can't pass up on a 3rd.
Understand.
Danielle, I'm sorry, but you're just a victim of circumstance. Good luck to both of you.
Frank's got his sights on me. He's got the crosshairs on my back. He's getting ready to shoot. But I have one last trick left in this game in the form of 5'3" Ian with an extra veto that I could possibly get him to use on me. House guest choice. Gen City. The plan is to keep all 5 Quack Pack members safe. To do that, it means I have to throw this competition to either Brittany or Shane, and that's not happening. The only person I trust in this game is myself. If me winning this veto means a Quack Pack has to go home, then so be it.
Trip. That is correct. And it can be worth 8 points, but only if you agree to take a 24-hour-long trip to the solitary dance party. Claim your points or be eliminated. What is your decision?
Gotta get my two-step on. I'll be dancing.
To earn these points, you must bench yourself by sitting out of the next eligible HOH competition. Do you accept these terms or do you want elimination?
You're alone in this game, man.
Not playing for HOH is bad, but at the same time, Dan winning this veto is worse. I'll accept it.
Good luck to you guys. Knock him out.
Frank is killing this competition. He's knocking questions out of the park. He's racking up points, and I start to feel the heat. I've got to start winning some questions, or I'm going home this week.
You got 2 shots to get him out, and don't have to worry about it.
They know I'm not going after them, Dan. I'm just going after you. Once you get out, I'll be all right.
You're alone. It's all good.
I'm not as alone as you think, maybe.
All right, adults. Frank, there is a very clear rule that you are not allowed to communicate with other house guests in the competition. You whispered the word summer, and unfortunately you have been eliminated as a result.
What?
This is incredible. Frank self-eliminates because he cheats, and I'm standing with the sole lead in this game. I actually have a shot to win this competition.
You can earn those points by taking a slop ticket and eating slop for the rest of the summer.
Jen, you're safe.
Jen, if you accept this punishment, you will be the winner. If you decline it, Dan will win.
I'm gonna be on slop for the rest of the summer.
Congratulations, Jen.
Immediately after this competition, I'm being sent to solitary confinement. I've got to think of a plan to get myself out of this trouble that I'm in right now. In the end, there's 3 things I love in my life: my wife and my family, coaching, and playing this game. This game means so much to me, and I have so many opportunities to save myself, and let it slip through my fingers is not easy to deal with.
Not allowed to talk.
You gotta go in right now?
Yep.
Bye, Dan.
Kidding me?
Although some people may look at 24 hours of solitary confinement as a punishment, to me it's a blessing in disguise. So when I'm in solitary confinement, the only thing I'm going to be doing is thinking how to get myself out of this mess and who I can stab along the way.
How am I going to spin my way out of this one? Got 24 hours to think about it. Let's find a way out.
Oh, it doesn't smell so good in here.
You all right?
All right. It's kind of stinky in there.
Dan comes out of solitary confinement and he's acting so strange. Like, he just seems like he's in some sort of bizarre parallel universe. He's like wide-eyed, pale, and he's just stumbling around. He looks like a freaking zombie.
Thanks. Interesting stuff. Thanks, guys.
There's your shorts.
I just don't want to go back in that room. I hope. Water or anything, dude. I got some. I'm feeling better.
As soon as I feel better, I want to talk to everyone together.
As Dan starts to feel a little bit better, he tells me that he wants to have a house meeting where he can address all of us. I don't know, I guess get something off of his chest.
Obviously, the last 24 hours for me were pretty tough. When I walked out of there, and saw you guys sitting there, it meant the world to me. So I just want to let you guys know I appreciate that. I'm dressing all black for a reason. I want to welcome you guys all to my big brother funeral. Stop crying, Brittany. Just want to say a couple things. Joe, being around you, you taught me a lot about how to be a good husband. You know, Shane's walking living proof there actually is a Captain America. You're such a good dude, but I just appreciate our friendship, man. Bro. One and only Jen City. You're the first lesbian I ever met. And I just want you to make sure that you know how much you've touched me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Next up is Brittany. I know that we're always going to have this bond that maybe only you and I understand as new people being married in this house and being separated from the people we love. The last three are going to be a little bit tougher. Ian. The more and more I was around you, the more you reminded me of myself. Because you love this place for everything it's worth. And you single-handedly made this experience for me. All right, the guy in the carrot suit, Frank. There's a couple things I've said about you that I'm not proud of. You know, there's something in the Bible I want to read to you upstairs and apologize to you face-to-face in private. Now is not the time or place, but after this, I'd like to talk to you by yourself and just get that off the table. So then finally, I know there's Danielle. The last time I played this game, I learned a lot of tough lessons early on. And I learned that you gotta find one person and put 100% of your trust in it. I thought if I picked you, you would have similar qualities to Memphis Garrett. And through my own fault, I was wrong. We don't need to get into it now, but in this game, you'll never earn my trust back. You know what you did. And in this game, you're dead to me. So don't come to me and ask about it because it's over. Moving forward, we can be friends outside of this. I'll be friends with all of you. But the game talk for me ends now. So I hope you guys understand that this was the death of Dan the player. I want the rest of the experience to be fun for everyone and non-off. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. What you talking about, Dan?
Did I really go crazy in solitary confinement? Or did I come up with a master plan to get myself out of this mess?
You didn't do anything.
I don't know what that was.
No! Trust the whole thing. Oh, God. What, Jen, do you know something? No, I don't know anything. I have no idea what he's talking about, Danielle. You have to believe me.
I have no idea.
What was that?
Yeah, he said 24 hours to think about what to do and how to get himself out of the jam.
This is his way of like getting
Saying
us to
goodbye.
keep him?
No,
there's something else.
No, there's something weird.
Somebody told him something.
No one talked to him.
He went right.
He went straight into solitary.
This is why we need to keep her in the game and not him. Obviously, I hope.
Oh, well, this is
Here.
Good.
that's.
She's not going
Good.
anywhere.
Who would have predicted?
Not me.
Danielle, do you want people or no?
I just want Shane.
Well, obviously, Dan, is headed out the door. Danny's got my vote to stay. Kind of a bad way to go on Dan's behalf. I know, it's gonna be a tough hurdle to get over, but you gotta move forward. You're staying in this game. You got a lot of fight left in you.
Thanks for hearing me out, man.
Absolutely.
While I was trapped in solitary confinement, I came up with a master plan to try and save myself. Step 1, invite all the house guests to Dan's funeral. Step 2, go talk to Frank and blow up the Quack Pack.
I brought this Bible up here, not to read to you, but to swear on. I have no power in this game. What I do have is information. There's a couple things you need to know. Number 1, selling out you and Mike in front of everyone. I didn't do that. You're gonna find out how it went down and what happened. The Silent Six was formed. Prior to that, there was an alliance created. Not with 4 people, with 5 people.
Ian, I knew it.
But the thing is for you is that, no, he is with them.
This guy duped me,
This kid's ruthless. I was in such a bad spot, and then here I am,
I'm taking heat for this kid.
Yeah.
And he's covered on every angle.
It blows my mind what Mike did for him. I want him out next.
This was my pitch to you. Brittany's a more dangerous player. She's covered everywhere. Covered by you. Joe's not gonna put her up. Ian's not gonna put her up. Shane's not gonna put her up. Who was gonna put Brittany in? For as tight as I feel with Ian, there's not a doubt in my mind he's tighter with Brittany. If Brittany had won that veto, something was gonna go down. She was gonna take Danielle down. Ian was gonna take me down.
See, but I was thinking that Shane could win the next HOH and I'd be all right. But now I'm thinking that's impossible.
I was completely by myself, so I had to try to work with Ian, Shane, and Brittany. But now it turns out they've been lying to me for weeks.
I've never made an action against you. Like, Shane, you know, put you up however many times. Like, I've never even voted against you.
Yeah.
You know? No one would ever think we'd be working together.
People? Me, Dan.
No, I swear to God.
Yeah.
But this is actually pretty good. Everyone in the house is pissed at me. Jen's probably not right with me that I did that to Danielle.
But if I went to Jen and said, Jen, look, I know you and Danielle are tight. What do you think about me, you, Dan, and Danielle? I know this might sound a little crazy, but I want you to use the veto on Dan. I think she might do it.
It's really, I mean, it's really gonna come down to you working Jen. Because when I'm gonna go grab Danielle and pull in the arcade and be like, that was an act. I'm trying to save us both.
Yeah.
And I think I just did. Because she won't say anything.
If I get Brittany out of this house, Ian will be by himself. Shane will be by himself. If me, Danielle, and Jen are working together, then it'll be us four and Joe. I've been worried about somebody that might take me to the final two. And now it seems like Dan might be that person.
I swear to God, man. On this, on my wedding ring, on my chain from my dead grandfather. Everything I'm telling you is the complete truth.
I was willing to swear in the Bible to go to the end with Frank, and the crazy thing is, I actually mean it.
Yeah, final two, man. We gotta come up with a name, though.
We'll figure one out.
Can I talk to you for a second?
So now that I've got Frank on board, it's now time to do absolute damage control with Danielle. I've got to pull her in alone and calm her down and let her know this was all an act.
I told you I'd never do it again, but I did. I had to do that. Danielle.
You broke my heart. You humiliated me in front of the whole house. Dan, I would have gone home for you.
I don't want you to go home with me. I want us both to stay in this.
Can you at least give me a forewarning next time?
No, because then you wouldn't cry.
You are one sick person, Dan. So you're using my emotions
to help get you to the end of this game. Yeah. I think I just made an alliance for us. With Jen and Frank. The next move is to get you to have to use a veto. Are you sure you want to hear this? If it works, it's going to be you and Bertie. Me and Bertie. Your sympathy meter is through the roof. No one's going to touch you. Everyone's going to think you're alone.
He's going to convince Jen to pull you off.
That's what he's got to do. That's why it's so hard. Talk
gonna depend on her.
If my plan works, think of this. I'm gonna be off the block from a guy who put on a carrot suit, took an avocado bath, took a chum bath, and sat out of an HOH competition all to get me out. I may have a future in sales selling ice to Eskimos if I can pull this thing off.
I have decided to use the power of veto on Dan.
Jen just used the veto on me. Jen just used the veto on me. My plan actually worked, and only 24 hours ago, I was a dead man walking. Now I'm a risen man looking to take down everyone in my path. Jen just used the veto on me. Do you understand what just happened? My crazy plan worked, and I'm in this house to stay. People thought I was dead. Guess what? I'm back stronger than ever, and you can't stop me.
Getting that veto next to Jen was my finest hour in this house. I don't know how I can ever stop.
Lives to fight again.
You know, it's not personal.
I'm assuming I'm the target.
You have to talk to the HOH. I just know I'm safe.
Dan, come on. Just don't you owe it to me just to be honest? I've been nothing but good to you. All right. Very well. That's fine. You're being so cold. One, because I'm on the block, so now I have the plague. It is just a game, but in the end, Dan, it's important to me how you treat people.
I know, Brittany.
It's important to me in the jury, as a jury member, how you treat people.
I'm not going to treat you any different.
Tough decision that you had several days to think about.
You had several days to decide you were going to vote Mike out,
seconds.
right? What about how much time you decided to vote Mike out? Just keep running your mouth.
There he is, the man of the hour. Do you have nothing to say?
I don't know exactly what to say to you.
You can't even say sorry?
No, I don't know. I guess I don't know what to say.
I guess my biggest mistake in this game was to ever believe anything you said.
I don't know.
To my fellow house guests, I don't have the time or a big enough ego to stand here and host my own funeral. But I understand that you got to go in there and do what's best for your game and for no one else's. It's been a real pleasure getting to know every single one of you. And to quote a very, very wise old man, you'll always be Judas to me.
Woo! All right. Thank you, ladies.
When we formed the Quack Pack, I was in it until the end. But what went down this past week really made me have to stick to my guns and fight for myself. You leaving is not personal. I have respect for you as a player in this game, and you should be proud of yourself.
Sorry, buddy. I know it's tough for you.
It's fine. Brittany leaving is a little bittersweet for me because I actually liked her as a person and an ally in this game. Last time I played the game, I was loyal to one person and would never do anything to backstab this person. This season, I've got to play much more ruthless, not because I want to, but because I have to. If I have to stab everyone in the back to get to the end, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Last week, I made a Final Four deal with myself, Frank, Jen, and Danielle. Right before Brittany's eviction, Ian came up to me and said he wants to reunite the Quack Pack.
It's Quack Pack to the end. I put my hand in the center. I intend to continue to go with that.
Me too. I hope you guys understand, like, I had to do what I had to do.
Dan, I know that. You had to. I'm not mad at you. The only concern I have is that you'll try and work with Frank and Jen.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to keep us in the game, us four. Either way, I'm still alone.
You're not alone in this game because I want to work with you in this game.
If Ian and I are able to get the Quack Pack back together, that's great news for me. The only thing I have to do is smooth things over with Shane because he's very protective of what I did to Danielle.
Ian would come back to the Quack Pack if it still looks strong. Like if he pissed you guys off. Like, I still trust you.
It's best that we start over and just, rally up.
Because I do want to keep us together, the quarterback.
I mean, I think it's our only bet.
If this works out, I could be right in the middle of two alliances, which is a great spot to be in from protection. And in the end of the day, where does my loyalty lie? With one person, myself.
Oh, Dan, I'm sorry.
Try, Dan.
Try, Dan.
Sorry, Dan.
Sorry, Chelsea. With Ian and Shane left in the game, I feel like I have a couple outs no matter who wins.
Ian, are you in? Okay.
You may see a Quack Pack reunion in the near future depending on how things play out. Last week, I swore on everything to Frank and pledged my allegiance to him. But now Ian's won HOH and the Quack Pack is reuniting. Sorry, Frank, I'm gonna join my former team because I like them better.
What the heck is business?
It's Element. I think it's number 83 on the periodic table.
What is it used for?
What's in Pepto-Bismol?
Really?
Trace amounts, yeah.
What is this?
They're all orange.
Oh my gosh. Ho, ho! Holy cow, I look good! Jesse Claus is here, and I'm bearing the gift of health.
I see black boots. I see red and white attire. I'm thinking it's Santa, but no, it's one of his elves on steroids.
Come here.
Oh, I'm gonna get slammed! Oh,
You know, Jesse and I have a lot of history in this game. He is my arch nemesis. He hates my guts, and I love to pick on him.
Can we hug it out? Pick! Get off the threads. Oh, whoa, come on.
Everything that I swore on, I hold near and dear to my heart. And those are the exact same reasons that motivate me to be in this house and do what I have to do to stay alive. And while I don't take it lightly having to break a word to someone that I swore on my wife, it's what I have to do to benefit her and me in the long run.
We might not have Brittany anymore, but the Quack is back, and we're going for Frank and Jen.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Do you think all of us will make it through?
I'm almost sure I'm going up. And it's a little mind-blowing to think that I've been nominated every time.
There hasn't been 1 week off?
Not unless I'm HOH. I've spent more time up on the block than I have not on the block, I think. I've seen my key pull out of the box one time. We gotta survive this week. I don't want Jen to go, but...
Although I have the knife sharpened and ready to plunge in Frank's back, he can't know that. I've still got to be nice and buddy-buddy to his face. Just in case he doesn't get evicted, I can spin that whole thing around and still work with him.
Hey, what's up, bud?
You awake?
I just want to check in, see what's going on with you.
Nominations are coming up real quick, and I gotta touch base with my best friend Ian to make sure no one's got his ear and that Ian is on board to target Frank this week.
My only thing is, do we want to get rid of Frank or Jen?
It's kind of your call.
No, it's not.
I mean, if you want to solidify the Quack Pack, we're going to do whatever's best for the group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if we ultimately come to the group consensus that it's better to take a swing at Jen since Frank can't play next week anyway,
Yeah.
I think that might not be a bad call.
I don't think so.
My only concern is Frank, he's a freaking meat shield. He's good to have here because he pisses people off.
Do you think we're going to need 2 shots at him, though? If Frank makes it to the end, are you kidding me?
I cannot believe this is happening. The entire alliance that I stabbed in the back last week, the Quack Pack, is now having its reunion. Frank and Jen are on the block. I'm off the block. Is this too good to be true? This fully completes my rise from the dead.
How you feeling?
The only thing that worries me is your key coming out last. I mean, it might not mean anything, but...
Oh, in terms of if someone comes down?
Yeah.
As long as you're coming down, we can still get through that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we can.
Oh, because of Jen?
Yeah. I thought Joe was for sure going up as a replacement nominee until I saw your key come out last.
I think I was just happy that I had my key. I didn't notice that until now. You know what I'm saying?
Frank thinks I'm in alliance with him, Jen, and Danielle. He also thinks we have a final 2 deal together. What he doesn't know is that I'm not going to uphold any of that.
So what do you think the best case scenario is then?
The nomination staying the same might be the best case scenario.
Then the best case scenario to leave it as is then.
Maybe.
If I can get Frank to not play in this veto and throw it to me, this may even be better than Dan's funeral.
That's our best case scenario.
You're right.
It is.
This and this were on the bed, and it was like so.
That's awesome.
You would appreciate it. It was like that.
That's really cool. Hey, can I ask you about something?
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you about my brother-in-law Pierce. He had really bad OCD.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have that or no? Mm-hmm. His thing is he never wanted to take medication for it. He just found ways to deal with it.
either.
My brother-in-law has OCD, and I think Ian has the same thing. And I kind of want to find out how he really deals with this in the house because I know it's not an easy thing to deal with, and he's done such a good job.
Well, you know how I am with the hammock, is I like to constantly move, and you can see I have kind of like a
you bounce back and
bounce to it. That's what it is.
Have you been
how
diagnosed with OCD?
I would say ADHD, and I just need to be in motion at all times.
You have extra energy or whatever. How did you figure out how to deal with it?
I listen to music and like move on a rocking chair.
What do you feel like if you're not moving?
It's almost like there's something inside that like rattles back and forth, and it's like move in order to accommodate it. It's really nice that Dan is someone in the house that I can open up to, and he actually cares. Dan.
I got picked to play in this veto. This is exactly what I wanted. Frank, you better watch out. You may not know it, but I'm coming for blood because I want you out of this house. Frank thinks he and I have a final two deal and we're actually working together in this house. What he doesn't know is that I want to win this veto so I can send him packing this week. When Otev drops his first riddle on us, one key word sticks out in my head. Voluptuous. That can only describe one former house guest, and I think you and I both know who we're talking about, Janelle. This Otev game is a lot like musical chairs. There's sacks that we have to run to kneel on, and there's always one less sack than person in each round. So you don't want to be the last person up the ramp because you're going to be eliminated. It doesn't look like he's going to throw this veto to me, so I got to go out and find a way to win this thing.
Frank versus Dan, a battle for the ages. These two guys have been at each other like cat and mouse for weeks now. And I am just hoping that Dan can win so that the nominations will remain intact.
So it's down to me and Dan, both searching for Ashley's ear of corn.
I don't know the correct answer. Is it Ashley or is it JoJo? Whichever corn I find first, I'm gonna grab because I gotta beat Frank up the ramp.
Good job, Mama. What'd you get?
Find out. Let's get the reveal.
Dan! What corn have you brought me?
Otev, I hope I'm right. I brought Miss Sunshine. Ashley.
The correct corn is Ashley.
Good job, Dan.
Congratulations, Dan! You have won the golden power of veto!
For you, Otev. Enjoy the ride home. Finally, I won the veto. I beat Frank toe-to-toe. This is huge. I can't believe I actually pulled this off. Wet hug?
Boy just won the veto. It's time for you to earn your renegade stripes. Listen, when
And I made this pledge before. It's Renegades to the end. Are you into the end?
I'm into the
You'll
end.
take me to the final two. I'll take you to the final two. Let's do it.
The shower.
Time to run this house.
I have a final two deal with Frank, Ian, and Danielle, and none of them know about each other. The last time I played Big Brother, I played a very honest game. I was loyal to one person. Everyone knows that. This time around, I've had to change up my strategy, and I have to do whatever it takes to win.
How you feeling?
All right, I guess.
So, you gonna use it on Jen? Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Obviously, you can't use it on you. You know that, right? Yeah, I understand. You think he'll put up Joe, though? Is it? I think so. I mean, I think it's pretty much common knowledge that Shane and Danielle are untouchable. Yeah. I'm gonna find out for certainty who he's gonna put up, and we'll go from there. Alright. So, we gotta figure this stuff out.
To make it seem like I'm still working with Frank and Jen, I'm gonna have to use the veto on Jen and take her down, because if I don't, they're probably gonna sell me out. So I needed to make Ian feel that he was making this veto decision with me, so I have all my angles covered.
So if I don't use it, I'm stay the same.
Jen will stay, Frank will go.
The other option is we take Jen down, and then you put Joe up, right?
Risky, but okay.
So it's Joe and Frank.
Last option, we pull Frank down. Big roll of the dice.
I'd say that's probably the least likely to happen, though, wouldn't you?
If you pull Jen down, I can act mad about it. So that way it looks like we're not working together. I have to act like I'm really pissed off about it.
Which isn't a bad thing, you being pissed off.
Oh yeah, and if we just keep them the same, what do you think she would do?
She'd probably be pissed at me for not using it on her. I'm gonna have a big talk with Jen then and make the spiel that I owe her one. And you're 1,000,000% gonna put Joe up, right?
Yes. I
So
mean,
really-
you have the perfect excuse. I can just say, for no other available option, I'm sorry, Joe.
I'll cover our bases with Jen.
Yeah.
This is great. Ian thinks it's his idea to take Jen off the block, but it's really mine. My master plan is working.
You know what I was thinking too is, like, I think obviously, I don't think using it on me is a good idea. I think if you use it on me, he's more likely to put up somebody like Danielle.
Okay.
I think if you use it on Jen, he probably will just put up Joe, because he'll, you know, see it as a scratching back type thing for you and her, and that he won't
think much of it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's better for you going into next week too. I mean, the good thing is, if we do it and get the votes, we'll be in final six with an alliance of 4 and a 6.
Frank, us two in the end, are you kidding me? Are you really buying what I'm selling? And did you just ask me to take Jen down with a veto? Are you crazy? Do you know what's about to happen to you?
As long as you're cool with it, that's what I'm gonna do. Last week, you obviously know I was going home. I told you I'd never forget what you did. Obviously, my number one concern this week is your safety. I just talked to him. He hinted that he doesn't want me to use it. But I'm like, you know what, dude? You know, you're not gonna tell me what to do.
I mean, obviously, Dan, I would love for you to take me down. It would be unbelievable if you took me down.
So say Joe goes up, and it's Joe and Frank. What do you think we do?
Chill out. Okay. I have your back regardless.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And I just want you to know, obviously, like, it's hard to trust someone like me, but I hope you do, like, because I was just the way I place the people that I'm in with, but people on the outside should be scared.
need to make sure Jen really appreciates the fact that I'm willing to take her down and use a veto on her. If she buys this, then she's gonna have full trust in me, which is exactly what I need. For once, it feels great to know I'm not going anywhere this week. Last week I was on my deathbed. This week I'm back alive and I got some power. Hey everyone, it's time for the veto meeting.
Well, Dan, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I helped you survive your own funeral last week, and of course, I would love for you to return the favor. Thanks.
But where I'm from, the hardworking town of Dearborn, Michigan, I was taught you don't make deals until you pay back debts. So as a result of that, I've decided to use the power veto on Gen City. My plan worked. I sealed Frank's fate without having to get any blood on my hand. Listen, I've known everyone in this house for 50-some days, but that's not the reason why I'm playing this game. I'm playing it for my wife and my family. It's nothing personal, guys. It's just business.
It was perfect. You did a great job, by the way.
It's been a pretty good week for me. I've added Jen as an ally. Frank has no clue he's the target, and as long as he remains clueless, I'm gonna get a lot closer to the $500,000.
So you think we're golden though, right?
Yeah.
See, this is great for me. Joe goes home, I don't have to worry about that I've said. I wouldn't worry about that anyway.
That just sucks. You can't play in the next one. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that bad. Jen's already said she'll put up Ian and Shane.
What about Joe, though? If Joe pulls out a miracle win.
That means he has to keep the vote, have the votes to keep me, and I go home.
Oh crap, did I just let that slip in front of Frank?
Oh, yeah. What am I thinking?
Don't be saying it, son. Got me a little worried.
No, I'm not thinking.
I gotta be a lot more careful than that this week.
You gotta realize why I'm gonna be a little nervous this week, because this is kind of like deja vu for me.
Yeah.
Because this is the last time I was up on the block against Joe. You and Danielle told me I was good.
Yeah.
I just don't want history repeating itself, Bubba. So you're serious about us going to the end, though, right?
Yeah. What do you think? I'm gonna work with Joe?
Yeah, because he ain't winning.
That dude's needs to go.
You gotta realize I've gotten burned so many times in this game this season.
Yeah.
The people who I was supposed to trust and then put me up on the block the very next week.
Yeah. Every single time.
Yeah, just thinking. I view this game like football. I've always got to be a few steps quicker and a few steps smarter than everyone else. I'm staring at the memory wall thinking to myself, my margin for error is about this big in this game. Every position I thought of, I was in good shape except for Joe winning HOH. If he wins, who is he gonna put up? I gotta check in with Joe to see exactly where his head's at.
If you won this next HOH, who would you put up? Would be Shane and Danielle.
So Dan comes in the room and puts me right on the spot. So I'm kind of throwing out names, but they absolutely mean nothing. Who I would put up is you, Dan, and whoever's on your side is going up with you.
Dan chased me in here as soon as I went to bed. Dan. This is Dan. What's up?
It's pitch black. So Joe thinks I'm Shane and starts repeating the conversation I had with him 30 minutes ago. And in my head, I'm thinking, am I talking to Barney Rubble? Because all that's upstairs is a bunch of rocks.
That's who you wanted to talk to, Joe.
What? Are you guys are still awake?
I came in here and Joe started whispering to me because he thought I was you.
No, he didn't.
He goes, Dan just came in here and started whispering to me.
Joe, is everything I'm gonna tell you gonna circulate around the entire house? Can I trust you? Can the Quack Pack trust you? Or should we just keep Frank in this house and vote you out this week?
Unbelievable.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I, as well as DanGheesling.com, finally votes to evict Frank.
Thank you, Dan. By a vote of 3-1, Frank, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah.
You're a great competitor, man.
Appreciate it.
Frank, we've had a long history in this game, but one thing you have to know is I respect the heck out of you. Week after week, your back has been against the wall, and every time you've avoided eviction. So at the end of the day, I'm voting you out because I respect you and know I can't beat you. I hope there's no hard feelings. Best of luck, buddy.
And there were 6.
Finally, this guy is out of the house. Double crossing is my game, and stabbing Frank in the back is a byproduct of that. You should have never trusted me, and you should have backdoored me when you had the chance.
Dan, come here. Just in case something happens to me tonight, I just want you to know to stop this.
We're going to war. I need you. I need you in freaking kitty mode. We're going to war.
Rounding to the nearest minute, how many minutes elapsed from the time Jody entered the Big Brother house to the time she walked out the front door? I'll read the question again. Rounding to the nearest minute, how many minutes elapsed from the time Jody entered the Big Brother house to the time she walked out the front door? Answers, please. Dan, what does your number say?
363.
The correct answer is 481 minutes, which means congratulations, Dan. You are the new head of household. Nominations will take place in just a few minutes, so everyone, please head inside to the house. Dan, you now have a very quick, very important decision to make.
Hey, guys, thanks for doing quick. I just won HOH. Frank is out the door, so why not send another big threat out the door behind him? Ian's very dangerous in this game. He's so smart and he's a great mental competitor, and I'm not sure I have the smarts to beat him, so he may have to go now.
God, how did I win that? How did I win that? Oh.
Listen to me. I know what Memphis up is a pawn. I'm telling you, this is the only way we cover the Renegades. Joe's going home. Just gotta calm down. All right. Let me talk to him. Okay. Well, no. We gotta consider maybe getting around. I don't know what to do early.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't enjoy stabbing people in the back, but it's what I have to do to try to get to the end and win this thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's POV. Thanks for your time, Dan.
Yep.
Listen, I need you to, you gotta be on board for it. You gotta be on board, dude. You gotta trust me.
Dan, You look like you're ready.
I'm ready to go.
Go ahead and face your housemates and make your nominations.
All right. What I tell my football players back home in Orchard Lake, St. Mary's, is you got to make some tough decisions, but you always play hard. In this game, there's no hard feelings. Joe, I have to nominate you, and Ian, sorry, buddy, you haven't been nominated yet. Got to feel it.
Are you kidding me? Ian just won the veto. I wanted him out. Now I can't get him out. Now I gotta pick off someone else on the list, and it looks like it may be the physical threat, Shane.
Come here, let's go, pal. Ready to get boy toy out of here. You wanna get boy toy out of here? What about that?
I think you need to talk to her right now. I think she'll do it. She's right here.
Let me talk to you. He's got to go. You think let's go? We should get ready to go.
I don't know. Shane will keep us safe.
I know. What do we do?
Shane will keep you safe over Ian any day.
But I just told Shane that I wanted Ian out.
He's not gonna deal Ian.
Go get him. Joe's gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually trust Danielle when she says Shane isn't going to put me up and he's not going to backstab me, so she saves her boyfriend for this 1 week. But you know what, Danielle? Shane's time is coming, and when I need you to cut the cord, I'm handing you the scissors.
I gotta know, man. Final three at the end. Yeah. Don't tell me you wanted him out.
I'm not, no, Dan. Never.
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God.
And as HOH, you must now name a replacement nominee. Please stand. Oh, you are standing, pardon me. Face your housemates and make your replacement nomination.
All right, it's a really tough decision. Danielle, you gotta go up.
You're not gonna vote her out. Shane's not gonna vote her out. That's what I had to do.
Oh my God. How did you get Shane?
She freaked out. She told me off. You're not voting her out. You swear I will rip your face out. You're good. Relax. I gotta talk. Come here. Listen to me. Listen. You're not going anywhere. What I tell you in this game, listen to me. You gotta trust me in this game. You know Jen's not voting you out. You know Jane's not voting you out. Ian's not voting you out. You gotta trust me. I put them scared of toys. Jen's pissed. If I put her up, she's gonna be more pissed. Let me get her back here. Listen, I need you to man up right now. You're not going anywhere, I swear. Where's Jen?
Coming.
Listen, there's no way now you're voting her out.
Of course I'm gonna vote her out.
No.
But it goes to show that, you know, the whole Shane thing. I mean, whatever, Danielle, you have my vote.
But we had a shot at Shane.
She'll calm down.
That was my shot to take out Shane. It's on you now. You're staying. But I kept him because you wanted to keep him. Just so you know. I did that for you.
With this HOH reign, I kind of feel like I wasted a bullet on a needless target. I'm gonna have a tough time beating Shane or Ian in any of these upcoming competitions. I just missed my shot this time, but I guarantee you this, I won't miss my second shot.
Do you think that was the right move? No. You should have put Jen out. Why do you send out the weaker person that's less likely to win a woman? I had to do what I had to do to get us through this week. I know you're pissed, but I had to do what I had to do to get us through. To get us through? Us three.
I can't even speak to you right now. I'm sorry. You guys stay here. I gotta go chill.
No, talk to her, I'll leave.
No, you guys talk. I needed, like, pace.
I'm in trouble. Yeah. If her or Shane squeal to Ian, I'm done.
I ain't got her to calm down.
You understand, right?
Yeah, I know.
You better think Shane does, eh? I tell them it's stupid.
If Shane rats me out to Ian, I'm in trouble because Ian's either gonna protect me in this game, or if he finds out I wanted him out of this house, he's gonna want me out.
I trust you and what you said about Shane. That's why I changed my mind. But I don't know how to explain this to Jen now. Why I didn't put Shane up. No, dude, renegades. You know what I'm saying? But you understand why? Yeah, I understand. You're gonna take me to the end, right? Yes. You promise? Yes.
It's definitely time to do some damage control. My HOH reign was short and chaotic. I feel like I'm trying to juggle all the house guests at once. A new HOH competition is right around the corner and I can't play in it. So I gotta make sure I still have all my bases covered with the house guests.
Thanks for trusting me. I know it's not easy.
If Ian wins HOH, he has a great reason to put me up as a Quack Pack pawn because I just nominated him less than an hour before. If there was ever a time when I needed Captain America, aka Shane, to pull one out, this is it. Ian, congratulations. You're the new HOH, buddy. Come on over and get your HOH key.
Thanks, Dan.
Woo! Ian knocked out Shane. This kid just secured himself in the Final Four, and he's gonna do well there. We've got trouble, and it's named Ian.
You know what you're gonna put up?
I don't know.
You're gonna put me on last time so to keep up appearances. Think of in what case would I get voted out?
Yeah, exactly.
Guess what, Ian? I'm not cool with that, and I'm gonna come up with some crazy plan to make sure you actually don't follow through with it.
Congrats, man. Final Four.
It's like the dream to say you're in the Final Four in this show. I mean, now I've gotten to the level where I could come back and coach even.
Yeah,
It's
for
nuts.
sure.
That's insanity.
I just wanted to talk to you for a minute, but
Just get this in tune.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like at this point, it's such a gamble for me to go up.
Ian has to put up a Quack Pack member, and I'm the easy choice because I just nominated him and he wants to cover up our Hidden Renegade Alliance. But guess what, Ian? I'm gonna bend your mind and keep myself off the block this week.
So what are you suggesting?
I think it should be Jen and Shane.
A hard thing to explain is, hey, why isn't Dan going up? Because he put you up. He played with your life. Why aren't you doing that to him?
Who do we have to convince of that? Like, Danielle and Shane are gonna understand. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Jen, maybe.
But does it really matter?
What am I gonna say? How do I justify putting her up and not putting you next to her?
You say that Shane's a better competitor than I am. I mean, you don't have to say better than me, but Shane, you're the toughest competitor left in this house.
No matter who I put up, there's always the chance you could go up anyway.
I guess it all depends on like how much value you put on like what we got. You know that it's Renegade's death before dishonor.
These sea monkeys are all dead. Yeah,
All right, let's throw them away. They never hatched.
Hi, Dan. It's me.
Chelsea!
Hi, Dan.
it's me. You know, before you left, I knew I would miss you so much. But I guess I didn't realize exactly how much I would miss you. And even though it's been really hard being without you, what it's made me so excited for is the fact that I get to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you so much and cannot wait to see you, my husband. Mwah.
Oh, man, you're making me cry again, Dan. In this game, I pride myself on controlling my emotions, but I couldn't control my emotions when I saw Chelsea. Now I've got to keep my mind focused and fixed on the $500,000 prize because I want to bring it home to our family.
Thanks, BB.
Thanks, big brother.
Man.
I'm pretty excited because I just bent Ian's mind so he didn't nominate me. Looks like Shane's up on the block and I finally get to take a second shot at this kid.
Jen, I gotta talk to you real quick. Come here.
Why are you mad at me? You can always manage to get yourself out of these situations. I know he wants to see you.
You know what? This is good for you.
Yeah, I know why it's good for me, and that's all I'm really concerned about. So congratulations. You know.
It's great that Jen's upset because I think that makes Shane feel like he's really not the target this week and he has no idea I'm gonna try to kick him out. Also, the more I comfort Jen, the more I gain her trust, which is gonna help me in this end game.
Why do you keep getting yourself out of these sticky situations?
Until the end, you get a dangerous player on your side.
Okay, I hope and pray. So. I know, you're right. It's just, I'm having an emotional day. I know. I just...
Unbelievable.
It's time for me to win this veto competition because if I do win it, I can knock Shane out of this game forever. The object of the game is to put together your puzzle before everyone else. The only thing is, there's a ticking time bomb going off that you have to worry about. Every 20 seconds, you have to fly to the other platform and hit the red button. If you don't do that in time, your puzzle's gonna fall down.
Go refocus.
Ian, put your glasses away and stop helping Shane. Shane cannot win this veto because I want him out of the house this week. Here we go, quack pack till the end, yippee. Looks like me or Danielle are going up on the block. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure I'm not sitting in that red nomination chair. Just coming to check on you.
I'm getting some Sprite.
Missed you.
I miss you more.
Didn't like it without you.
When I told Danielle I missed her because she was gone all day with Shane, did I mean that? Maybe, maybe not. I just really wanted to make sure our final two deal was still good.
What was Shane like?
Super sweet. Yeah.
I've escaped yet again, and everything's going to plan. I can see the $500,000 in sight, and I'm willing to stab anyone or do anything to make sure I win this thing again.
Dan and Danielle, grab your boards. We're going to a tiebreaker question. The answer will be a number. The person who comes closest to the correct number without going over will be the new HOH. If you both go over, the person closest to the correct number will win. Here we go. In the Time Flies veto competition, how many seconds elapse from the starting horn to the finishing bell? In the Time Flies veto competition, how many seconds elapse from the starting horn to the finishing bell? Answers now. I need to see your answer. The correct answer is 584 seconds, which means congratulations, Danielle. You are the new HOH. Ian, please hand over the key to the HOH bedroom.
In the final three. Congrats.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
You brought her here.
I'm definitely bummed that I didn't win this HOH because I actually wanted to. However, me losing is not the worst thing in the world because I have final 3 deals with everyone in the game and no one knows it.
Oh man, that thing had my heart going.
You get a 1 in 3 chance. The student has beaten the teacher. Put me and Ian up. I did it to you.
Doesn't mean I want to repay back the favor.
Yeah, put up me and Ian.
I want Danielle to keep Shane off the block because that'll make Shane feel extremely comfortable with Danielle. If Shane's comfortable with Danielle, he's gonna do what Danielle wants. And Danielle's gonna do what I tell her to do. Even if that means sending her boyfriend out the door.
You say, Dan, you put me up. Ian, you try to break up a couple. You know, Shane has never done anything to you. That's your speech.
I've nominated you, Ian, and you, Dan, for eviction. Only reason I've got y'all are all in the quack pack with me. I can only save one person. You both backdoored me. You know I love you both. I'm really sorry.
Heading into this veto competition, it would be great to win, but I don't have to because I still have a lot of magic left in me. I've already pulled a lot of rabbits out of hats this summer, and I'm not done yet.
Dan freaking misted his way off of the block into Frank's good graces. Freaking Dan is gonna win the game. He did what he had to do to get through to another week.
Like, that's the thing is, that's what I'm saying is it's dirty what he did to us.
I just think that he's played a good game. I mean,
See, I disagree.
you got played by Dan. So did I. It's fine. We're all Dan misted. It's like a club. It's called the Jury House.
It's really fun here.
I mean, I knew Dan was gonna screw me. He screws everybody. That's just the kind of guy he is. He'll flap the Bible at you while he's... God didn't say stab my ass 4 times.
The loyalty's been awful.
So no one's loyal. It's a game. This is a game of strategy. This isn't a game of morals and integrity, in my opinion.
That's BS to me. It's a cop-out to say it's just a game.
That's a different game if you want to play like Susie High Horse.
I look up and see Sushi Party, and I'll never forget that. Then I see it's connected to Mattress Mayhem, which was the first HOH competition of the entire season. The only person that was at the Sushi Party and on the blue team was Janelle. After Ian hits a button, I know he's not right because I hear him internally melt down and make some kind of weird monster noise. That means I have time to actually finish my puzzle and ring the bell and give it a shot.
Congratulations, former player. All the job.
Thank you. I told you I play puzzles all the time.
Danielle has won the veto, which means I'm pretty much guaranteed to the final 3, and I may even be able to convince her to use the veto on me so I can decide who to bring with us.
Come in. Told you I keep you safe. I told you.
Danielle's won the veto, and now it's time for me to make my move.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My dad's gonna be so proud.
I mean, you just slayed the dragon. The 5'3" dragon you just slayed down there.
And I'd beat him in his own game.
What are you gonna do?
What do you want me to do?
Make your own decision.
Shut up, Dan. I know you're safe, even if you stay on the block no matter what.
Anytime I'm sitting on the block after the veto, I'm going home.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you don't trust Shane, correct?
No, I don't.
Right now I have a final 2 deal with Danielle and a final 2 deal with Ian. The only person standing in my way of the finals is Shane.
Oh my gosh, I'm in a bad spot.
Well, can't you say that's your way of trying to mend a bridge with me?
So, if I pull you down, are you saving Shane?
Yeah.
You swear?
Yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
Right now I'm telling Danielle exactly what she wants to hear because I want her to use a veto on me. But will I send Shane packing? In a heartbeat.
If I do this and you don't take me the final 2, I will castrate you with a butter knife. I've decided to use the power of veto to save you, Dan.
All right, since Danielle used the veto, Shane, you are the only possible replacement nominee. Thank you for taking a seat there next to Ian.
What?
Dan, please stand. Well, you are standing at the head of the room, and you are facing the nominees. So go ahead and cast the sole vote to evict.
All right, Danielle, look in your hands and look up. Real quick, Shane, you're a heck of a competitor. Ian, you're an equal competitor. Both of you guys got a great shot to win this game. But day one, I entered this game, and I had to get blood on my hands on day one. And every week it's been piling up and piling up. And now I'm up to blood in my elbows. And at this point in the game, I think back to the jury house. And I think of Joe, and I think of Jen. And they told me there's something big in this house. You're going to have one shot to break up. And this is that shot. So, Shane, I'm sorry I have to evict you.
Sorry. Congrats. Congrats. Congrats.
Holy hell. Dan hoodwinked Danielle basically into voting out her boyfriend, and I'm still here. You know, what happened out there was pretty ugly. But I'm still here, so thank you, Dan.
I'm whispering to Shane because I know I'm in trouble in the jury house. I've stabbed almost everyone in the back of that jury house, and right now I'm starting to think about how can I win $500,000 again, and I got to start working on votes.
I had to talk to you.
Shane walking out the door for me is mission accomplished. I wanted Shane out of the house because if he won the final 2 HOH, he wasn't taking me. Guess who is going to take me to the end? Danielle and Ian. I'm in a pretty good spot.
Why do you continuously lie to me?
I'm your coach, so my job to get you there and make sure you win. You can't beat him in the case that he wins. Ian wins, he's taking you. You can beat him. I couldn't tell you because you wouldn't believe me. That's why I made that move.
Danielle's extremely mad at me for lying to her face again, but this is not the first time I pulled antics on Danielle. So even though she's super mad at me, I have no doubt I can reel her back in one more time.
How do you know he's gonna take me over you?
Who, Ian?
Yeah.
Because he knows he can't beat me after I pull that crap.
What? What?
Why can't you ever just be honest with me?
I'm telling you now.
Can you please sit down?
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you, but I didn't want you to have to lie to Shane's face.
No, you are afraid to tell me because you're afraid I wouldn't pull you off the block.
How are you gonna explain this to Shane if I tell you? When Shane asked you in the jury, did you know about that? Can you honestly say?
Hell no.
Well, there you just got his vote. If you said it, hell yeah, I knew.
Do you think he's ever gonna vote for you?
You're gonna win this game no matter what. So be mad at me, but that's what I was doing.
I'm not mad really at what you did, Dan. I'm mad at how many times you've broken my trust. How many times you've lied to me. How many times you've played with my emotions. How many times do you have to screw me over for me to keep being good to you?
And that Dan lied again. We are both still here, but does he want me here? How do I know he's not going to do that to me?
I understand you're disappointed and upset at me, but I hope you understand why I did what I did.
I'm just more hurt. I'm not mad. My feelings are hurt.
And what did I tell you day one? You leave your heart at the front door.
I feel so bad.
Well, that's why you make a good team. Because I don't. I'm trying to get you to the money. That's why you're a good person. You feel bad. I don't. I left my heart at the door. I came here for one reason, to coach someone to $500,000. Anything else, I don't care about. I don't.
$50,000.
I should have known. I should have known.
I guess it's my fault. I guess I shouldn't be so mad at Dan. I should be mad at myself. Fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. Fooled me 3 times, I'm a dumbass.
How in the hell am I supposed to trust you? You can tell a lie amazingly. Like it's almost a gift.
It's not a very good gift to have.
I know, it's not. But you've got it to an art, Dan.
I'm not proud of that.
I'm a bad, bad person.
You're not a bad person. You're the nicest person in this house the whole season. As a football coach, sometimes I gotta do stuff to my players that I don't like, but it gets the results that we need. I'm sorry I had to do it. That's it. We're done now. There's nothing left, no more antics left to pull. Since the beginning. Turn that frown upside down. Start figuring out how you're gonna spend $500,000.
If you think I can beat that, you're nuts. You're nuts.
What the hell? I know how to win this game, but I didn't know how to coach someone to win this game.
You know, that's what I get. I asked to be on your team. I begged to be on your team. Be careful what you wish for, right?
How bad you got the $500,000? That's why everyone freaking loves you, and that's why you're gonna win this game. I'm proud of you.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh, there is champagne.
This beats Chef Joe's cooking any day. You guys want a mimosa?
Yes.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks.
Hell of a job so far. To the final 3. There we go. Even though the past 12 or so hours have been pretty rough, no matter how this game shakes out, I'll be happy with the result because I'm sitting with some great people who deserve everything that's coming to them. Cheers to us in the final 3.
Here's the final 3. Quack.
Congrats, guys. As the Quack Pack, we've made it so far and we played this game so long together. But even before that, Danielle and I were together since day 1. I was her coach. And you know, I picked her because I thought I saw a lot in her.
When Julie said, do you remember this, Ian? I looked straight at you when Julie said coaches are coming back. I said Dan's coming back. And of course, who's the first person that blasted the door?
You know, one of the things that's always helped me in this house is the fact that I have my Bible. And, you know, I don't take Mike Boogie for a very religious or spiritual guy, but when I caught him reading the Bible, that's about as shocked as I've ever been in this house.
You know what's weird, Dan?
What's up?
There is, some of the book is like kind of easy to read, and then some of it's really difficult.
It's Old and New Testament.
Oh, did I cross over or something? Is that kind of blasphemous when you're looking for something in the Bible to say, I don't know where the hell this is? Just kidding.
All right.
Just kidding. Okay, here we go. The proper attitude toward riches. The lover of gold will not be free from sin, for he who pursues wealth is led astray by it. Do you know this part, Dan?
The Big Brother house will do strange things to a lot of people, including Mike Boogie reading the Bible. I never thought in my entire life I would see Mike Boogie read anything, let alone the most holy book in the entire world.
I think what the Lord is trying to tell you here, Dan, is why don't you just give up this game and not pursue things like $500,000?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Boogie has just read from the Bible, and hell has frozen over. Do you remember when Brittany was on the block and she had to let off some steam? She was throwing stuff around the house.
Turn his mother down.
Don't throw that either. Don't. There's not much in there, Brett. It's my good luck oatmeal. Erroneous. Don't do that.
That one felt good.
I definitely think the pressure of being on the block is getting to Brittany, and I can't wait for her to crack because I'm gonna have a front row seat to it.
Oh, Brett.
You okay?
That was 1 for Ted. Oh, I do feel better.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
One thing that definitely happened this summer that we can't ignore is that there was some romance in the house.
Is there a hole in your heart that just can only be filled with Shane?
Oh yeah, I miss Shane a lot. It's way harder with him gone than I ever thought it would be.
Do you miss him?
I miss him because he never wronged me.
I think we all know the importance of this living room. Julie's dropped some major bombshells and twists on us in this room. Not to mention, this is where we decide people's fate. You know, we've sent people out of here that knew it was coming and people that didn't know it was coming. You know, and there's been a lot of emotion in this room and there's a lot of epic events that went down and the winner is gonna be crowned in this room.
Speaking of memories we'll never forget, Dan, I remember when I was sitting right there and you decided to host your own funeral and compliment every other person except me.
Yeah, about that funeral.
I mean, watching that funeral, not gonna lie, awkward party of 8, but man, it worked.
The funeral isn't a fond memory of mine. I don't appreciate the way you went at me or what you said in front of the whole house.
Of course, I do regret the bad things I said to you, but at the same time, also feel fortunate that I was able to rise from the dead so I could sit here and share this memory with both of you today.
Only one Quack Packer can win, so hopefully this next week is a good one for us, and ultimately may the best duck win.
Yeah, cheers to that.
What the heck? I'm walking in the backyard and I see a pond and fish hooks. It reminds me of home, except at home there's not a huge wall that I think I'm about to be slammed into. I think this is gonna be a long night. Right before Shane was evicted, I made a deal with Ian and said, look, Ian, if you want to stick around in this game, you're gonna have to do something for me. You're gonna have to drop from this first part of this final HOH.
Yes. We're going to the end. Here's the thing. I can't beat Danielle in the second heat. Will you throw the first one to me?
Yes, yes. I'm on my way out the door, and Dan here is including me in his plans. I'm extremely willing to go along with what he says, because if he manages to keep me here, I kind of owe him one.
I got one shot. We're going to see what happens.
Right after that, I told Danielle that I made a deal with Ian and that he was gonna drop from the first part of the HOH.
Do you think I would do something that way? I'm planning every step along the way to make sure you and I get there. About 10 minutes he's down. And then, hopefully you start to see exactly how the hell I'm trying to get us there.
I'm telling Danielle about this deal with Ian because I want trust to be built. So when I ask her to drop from this HOH competition, she's still gonna trust me. She's gonna drop and hand me the first part of this HOH. The worst part about this competition is the rain because it's freezing, not to mention it's lightning. Dan, better not get struck by lightning.
I can't do this much more.
Big Dipper. Ian, think I get like 4 quick minutes with Danielle?
Yeah.
You care?
Go
Thanks.
for it.
Your call, Emma. Only chance for us to be me and you in the 3rd game, just you dropping.
I've got to be very careful on how I approach Danielle because I'd send her showman Shane home, and I've kind of got to make her think it's her idea to drop. I can't push her into dropping. I've got to convince her into doing so.
Honestly, do you think you have a better chance in the 3rd round than I do?
To win, yeah. If I'm against him in the 3rd round, I'll win. 2nd round, I'm not going to the 3rd round. It's been proven this entire season. I can't win puzzles.
To throw my game. Do you know why I'm scared? Your antics, Dan.
Did he drop it?
Yeah, but
I don't know what else I have to do to pave a golden path for us to go to the final.
You drive me crazy.
That's how I play the game. You really want to get rained on again?
I just won this first round of the final HOH because I convinced not one, but 2 people into dumping their chances of winning $500,000, all for me.
Good job. Really fought hard.
I know I can beat him. It's just the scary part if I don't.
Right
want to take Danielle to the final 2, which means I got to come up with some sort of contingency plan in the event that she doesn't win round 2 of the final HOH.
If he wins, I'm gonna high-five him in front of you and yell, "We did it." And you need to say, "Dan, why are you so happy he's taking me to the end?" You've got to make him feel like if he cuts you, there's no way you'll vote for him.
To make him think that I've contained the jury, you know?
You'll be sitting next to everyone else. You can do whatever you want. Like, say, you're gonna tell Shane not to vote for him.
Oh, I'll be screaming. I'll make a show of it for sure, and I'll make it believable.
If Ian thinks that Danielle will taint the jury if he cuts her, he might not want to cut her. Ian's not going to want blood on his hands, and he's not going to want to send Danielle to the jury if she's pissed off, which gives me an opportunity to talk him into throwing the third and final part of the HOH to me.
It'll be awkward in the house after I do it.
That's what I want to do.
You'll be the most deadliest player to never play this game.
Congratulations, Ian. You won the 6 minutes and 4 seconds.
Did it, just 50 grand.
I'm gonna kill you.
Dan, what was that all about?
What?
Why were you just celebrating?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Dan.
What?
If you seriously think that Ian's taking you to the final 2, you're crazy. Because I know he's taking you.
Why would you think he's taking you?
Because he said that it's not true. He said, yeah.
Yes, I am planning it. Knock it off.
What are you talking
Pissed
about?
at you for saying 50,000. I'm not.
Did you make a deal with him?
No, I don't.
Ian,
Stop it.
I swear on my life,
Stop
if
it.
you take him to the final 2, I will taint the jury. I will not vote for you. I will have Shane and I'll tell Ashley everything that has come out of your mouth.
I didn't say anything bad about Shane.
No, but I will make sure Shane doesn't vote for you if you take somebody like that.
His feelings are hurt. She's gonna thank the jury and tell them not to vote for me. I think you just won yourself $500,000 for that.
I told you, cut her, I don't care. She's being a baby.
The fight actually worked. Ian's afraid that Danielle is going to taint the jury.
I wish you wouldn't have done that in front of her. Sorry, dude.
All I have to do now is convince Ian to throw the third and final part of the HOH to me, which means I still can stab him in the back.
So if you win and you vote her out, then she's gonna do that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna throw it. I'm risk averse. You need to behave yourself though, because I can't be dealing with that kind of.
Let's work on Dan's pros and cons.
I have to say that I'm in awe of his game. I mean, he is that good.
He has been very strategic. We all know he's a dangerous player.
Dan is out there on the battlefield, murdering everybody and sending people out in body bags. I like that kind of gameplay. That actually kind of works for me.
He's running the house. And despite what he did to us personally, this game doesn't have any rules. There is no manual on how you have to play the game of Big Brother.
There is, however, a life manual. Some of us go by that.
Agreed. Yeah.
There's been people win this game that didn't play it unethically.
But we were all sneaky and we all lied to each other's faces and had handshakes and said, oh, everything is cool. We've all done those same things as well here.
Oh, man.
Why are Dan's lies worse than anybody else's?
Putting your hand on the Bible and swearing on the Bible is much worse than just saying, hey, I'm not going to vote for you or I'm going to vote for you. You can say, hey, this is a game, but we're still living our lives within those walls.
If Dan and Judas were in the final 2, Dan might have my vote.
Okay.
Joe's proud of that one.
Might.
Hello, house guests, and congratulations on making it to the final 3.
Thanks, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Now, for the last time this season, the power is up for grabs. Dan, Ian, as winners of the first 2 rounds of the HOH competition, you are the only ones eligible to compete. The house guest with the most points at the end of 6 questions will be crowned the final head of household. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Yes,
Go.
Julie.
Then let's begin. Question 1. Ashley said, My favorite moment in the house was A, when I went on an ice cream date with Frank, or B, dressing up like a giant tortilla chip. Answers, please. Let's hear what Ashley said.
My favorite moment in the house was when I went on an ice cream date with Frank.
Which makes the correct answer A. You both got it right. You both get a point. Let's reset as we move on to question 2. Joe said, my biggest regret in the game was A, relying too much on my cooking, or B, my 10 alliances. Answers, please. Let's hear what Joe said.
My biggest regret in the game was my 10 alliances.
Which makes the correct answer B. You both got it right. You both get another point. Reset as we move on to question 3. Brittany said, the most embarrassing moment in the house for me was A, having to say the words quack pack like a million times this summer, or B, when one of my players seriously told me that she had bartered cigarettes for a vote. Answers, please. Let's hear what Brittany said.
The most embarrassing moment in the house for me was when one of my players seriously told me that she had bartered cigarettes for a vote.
Which makes the correct answer B. Ian, you got it right. You get a point. You take the lead by 1. Reset as we move on to question 4. Frank said, the moment in the house that irritated me the most was A, being lied to over and over again, or B, being on the block every week. Answers, please. Let's hear what Frank said.
The moment in the house that irritated me the most was being on the block every week.
Which makes the correct answer B. Ian, you got it right. You get a point. You're in the lead by 2. Reset. Question 5. Jen said, the most uncomfortable moment in the house was A, the Frank and Willie fight outside, or B, the first double eviction night. Answers, please. Let's hear what Jen said.
The most uncomfortable moment in the house was the Frank and Willie fight outside.
Which makes the correct answer A. And you got it right, Ian. There is no reason to go on to question 6. Because, Ian, congratulations. You are the final head of household. Ian, it is now up to you to decide whom you would like to evict and whom you want to sit next to when you face the jury. And Ian, I'll be back in just a few moments for your decision.
Guys, as you know, it makes me physically ill that I have to choose between 2 quack packers. Danielle, you're the sweetest person I've ever met in my life, but I have to honor my commitment to Dan, so I vote to evict Danielle. Sorry.
It's official. Danielle.
Sorry.
You are the last person to be evicted from the Big Brother house.
It's okay.
I'm done. Southern Charm. It'll be great.
Love you, Danny. I hate to say that.
Dude, you just gave... Dude. Dude. I was trying to win that thing. How did you know Brittany's?
How did I know Brittany's?
Yeah.
Just a guess. In fact, I guessed on it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, man.
Ashley, what is the first question from the jury?
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi. Okay, so you took credit for creating the Quack Pack.
Yes.
Do you think that you made your own decisions, or did you just do what the group wanted you to do?
No, I made my own decisions throughout the entire time with the Quack Pack. Part of me making that Quack Pack alliance was so that I could put my destiny into my own hands. So that's what I did. I didn't take what was given to me. I just took my destiny into my own hands.
I would totally disagree with that, but you didn't ask me the question. What?
We made the decision for him. We had
What?
Okay.
Yeah. You'll get your turn, trust me. Frank, what is your question from the jury?
Dan, we agree that lying and backstabbing are moves in this game that are oftentimes necessary. However, do you feel you crossed the line when you swore on the Bible or your wedding ring, and how do you justify doing so?
Yeah, you know, in this game, there's a lot of things I'm ashamed of, but in this game, I was forced to play a certain way. I had to play a ruthless game. I had to swear on my wife. I had to swear on the Bible. It's things I'm not proud of, but it got me to this point. So if I could take it back, would I? Yeah, I could probably have made the same moves without doing that, but at the same time, I was up to my elbows in blood. It's like, you know, I got to go to confession anyways, man, but I understand where you're coming from.
Thank you, Dan. Your question from the jury?
Dan, you said you're up to your elbows in blood, yet you've only won one HOH. What blood are you talking about? And what are you trying to take credit for?
That's a great question. You know, out of the 6 or 7 jury members, I had to stab almost all of them in the back. Whether or not you guys realize that I use people to get power. Look at Shane. I convinced Danielle to use a veto on me. I told her I wasn't going to get rid of Shane. I knew darn well I was going to stab him in the back because I can't beat him. Everyone loves the guy. He's going to win this game 7-0. I can't beat him in physical competition. I lied to Frank multiple times, stab him in the back. I hosted my own funeral to stab Brittany in the back. It was ridiculous how much blood I had to get. I didn't want to play that way, but looking at you guys and how tough you were, that was my only option.
Dan, he worked with Danielle as given, and he stabbed a lot of people in the back, which I played a slightly cleaner game.
Thank you, Ian. Shane, your question?
Satan. Dan. Why do you deserve to win over Ian, man? I mean...
Yeah, hey, I completely understand where you're coming from. I know you're mad at me, but let's take a look at Ian. He claimed to have formed the Quack Pack. Me, you, Danielle, and Brittany were in an alliance. And if you can't remember, Brittany took Ian up to the upstairs HOH room in a dog suit by the leash and said, "You're our 5th vote." That's why we brought him in. And if that's not enough, I respect Brittany because she was puppeting Ian the entire time. They were good friends, but she controlled him. And he'll never admit that, but Brittany might. She had Ian by the leash, literally and figuratively.
Bowl.
All right. Thank you, Dan. Danielle, because you were just evicted, you get a chance to ask one question to either finalist.
Ian.
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did you know that Dan had a final 2 deal with me and that he was really going to take me instead of you?
I was not aware of that fact, and I really hope that's not true because he gave me his grandfather's gold necklace as collateral if he evicted me. So, you know, he's not only lying on the Bible, but on the cross as well. So there you go, Danny.
Danielle, you were right. I would have taken you to the end because you were my player. So, you know, I would never turn my back.
There you go.
Ian.
Yeah, his cross,
Dan.
his grandfather's cross.
Gentlemen, men, in just a few moments, you'll each have a chance to make a final statement to the jury. When we return, Ian and Dan have one last chance to plead their case, a speech that could be worth $500,000. Stay with us. Dan,
yes,
it's your turn.
All right. When this game was reset, I knew I was in a lot of trouble on the pirate ship. I looked to my right, I saw Frank and Shane, 2 physical competitors this game has never seen. I could never beat them in any physical challenges, and that scared me. On top of that, you had Jen and Joe hanging up there. Very, very underrated social gamers. Then you have Ashley, an extremely likable wild card that I had no clue where she was ever coming from. And to top it all off, you have Brittany, who was all that and then some, and scared the life out of me in this game. And of course, I couldn't be standing here today without my loyal warrior, Danielle, who I owe a lot to in this game. At the end of the day, I stood and said to myself, how can I win this game? Because I'm not as smart as everyone, I'm not as physical. And all signs point to me playing one type of game, and that's a ruthless game. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I had to do certain things because I didn't have to rely on pulling a gold ball out of an arcade machine or winning challenges because I can't always control that. I had to do certain despicable things like host my own funeral to make people believe that Danielle and I would never work together ever again. Yeah, it was an act, and Joe had it figured out. That's why, Joe, you scared me. Ian said I wasted my HOH on you. I say no. You're the only person that had me scared in this game because you have my number. On top of that, at the end of the day, I played this game 24/7 because I knew my limitations. I couldn't be like Shane and be Captain America. I couldn't win 6 HOH or 6 competitions like Frank, and I had to do what I had to do to win this game. At the end of the day, I didn't play this game personal. If I embarrassed you or in any way, I apologize. Every move I made was to push me forward. So at the end of the day, I can only hope and pray that you vote for who played this game, not with a photographic memory, not someone who pulled a gold ball out of an arcade machine, but who played with the tools they had 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's why I have bags under my eyes, because I never slept. I was always thinking and trying to get myself out of trouble in the event I couldn't win a competition, because let's face it, you new house guests in this game were the best ever to play this game, and I'll put that on anything. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys aren't mad at me, and I hope you're not too disgusted with me.
Thank you, Dan. All right, jurors, it is time to vote for the winner of Big Brother. One at a time, you will each step up to the voting box and insert the key of the person you want to see win Big Brother.
I definitely put you on my dream board.
This is Bear, Cubby Bear.
Thank you, Ashley.
I think you're both very deserving of this. You've both played a really good game, and quack, quack.
Thanks, Brittany.
Quack, quack.
Thank you, Brittany.
I'm voting for who I think made the best decisions in the game.
Preach, hopefully.
Gentlemen, one hell of a summer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Class act.
See you in Dearborn.
Yo, guys, you both played an incredible game, and
Thank
it's a
you,
pleasure
Jen.
to meet you both.
Jen City.
You know, baby.
She sold 1 million records, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Oh my God, thanks, Dan.
Over 1 million, sorry. Staying corrected.
1.2.
There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
The things I want to say, Dan.
I'm sorry, Shane.
You know, you gotta make the moves, you know, to win this game. Unfortunately, they were on my behalf. Ian, like I said, you're a smart, intelligent guy. You played this game with a lot of respect. Dan, you played it with the way you could. And, you know, I just hope the best wins.
Thanks. Respect to Shane.
The only reason I'm voting this way is because I've tried to keep my word, and I'm going to try to continue.
Most of you have a lot to say. You should know whatever you say can be heard inside the house.
Jody!
So Ian and Dan may respond to anything that they hear you say. Now, Janelle, I'm going to start out with you. So as you were sitting there at home watching things unfold, what surprised you the most?
Well, besides all of Danielle's lies, I think the thing that surprised me the most was Dan's gameplay. It was just amazing to watch on TV. How he had all these people fooled for weeks.
I love you, Janelle.
I mean, week after week, they continue to not go after him. And if he doesn't win Big Brother 14, it's an absolute travesty.
So are you saying that Dan was the greatest player in this game in 14 seasons of the game?
No.
I would say that Dan's hands down one of the best players of all time.
Let me turn to Frank and get your thoughts on this. She just said he's one of the greatest players of all time. And I know you are an uber fan of Big Brother Frank. What do you think about that?
I mean, obviously, before I came into this house, people always asked me who some of my favorite players were, and Dan was one of those people. I thought he did always play a great game, but this season, I did not feel like he played the game that he was best at. He played a game that was almost like a scavenger game, a game that I don't really respect.
What are your thoughts on this topic of Dan being one of the greatest players of all time?
I think Dan played an amazing game this summer.
I was just wondering if it was premeditated, if you knew I was going to be evicted last week, and if you and Dan had a deal where you were trying to get me out of the house, because that's kind of how I felt. after I left.
I swear on everything. I had no idea.
That's what I figured. But it just,
She had no idea, Shane. I mean, that's the one thing I didn't tell her because I knew she wouldn't let me stab you in the back, so I didn't tell her. You know, so she's telling the truth.
Can I ask you one thing, Dan?
Yeah.
Why did you do it that way? I mean, you promised on your wife's name and your ring.
Yeah.
And, I mean, morally, to me.
Yeah.
I mean, explain yourself.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, when I walk in this house, I cut my heart and leave all my morals on the front doorstep. When I come in, I'll pick that back up, and that's something I got to deal with. That's how I had to play the game, and I understand you don't play the game that way. If I were like you and that physical, I would play like you. I just can't. I'm not as good as you at the competitions, and I'm not as well liked as you, Shane. I mean, bottom line, that's the truth.
Thank you.
Will, I want to turn to you. What surprised you the most, Will?
Well, you know, there weren't too many things that shocked me. My biggest thing is, you know, Jen calling Ian a rat and Joe being eagle-eyed Joe upset about Dan's lies. But when it comes down to it, this is Big Brother. Don't hold a grudge against the person lying to you. Take some responsibility. You fell for it. So be mad at yourself.
All right. Okay. Welcome back to the season finale of Big Brother. After 75 days and 31 competitions, it is finally time to crown the winner of Big Brother. Ian, Dan, I'm about to reveal the jury's votes. The winner will receive $500,000 and the runner-up, $50,000. One at a time, I will pull the keys from the box, revealing whom each juror chose to win Big Brother. You will need at least 4 votes to win. Danielle has cast her vote for Dan to be the winner of Big Brother. Shane's vote goes to Ian to be the winner. Jen's vote goes to Ian to win Big Brother. 2 votes Ian, 1 vote Dan. Joe has put his vote for Ian to be the winner of Big Brother.
Thanks, guys.
Frank's vote goes to, congratulations, Ian. You are the winner of Big Brother. Ian and Dan, come on out. Back to Big Brother. A big congratulations again to you, Ian.
Joy.
And just for the record, Brittany and Ashley both voted for Ian to win. So you won 6-1. You've watched this show since you were 10 years old. How are you feeling right now?
This is easily the best moment of my entire life. I don't know how the hell I pulled it off, especially after the first week I had, but quack, quack. That's all I gotta say.
You're a young man. It's only the beginning. There is another prize at stake, $25,000 for America's favorite house guest. And that honor goes to... Congratulations, Frank. Where are you? You are America's favorite house guest. A big, huge thank you to all of the house guests for an incredible season. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for the talk, when the ladies and I sit down and have the talk with this guy, with Dan, Ian, and Danielle. All 3 of you are coming on the show. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. We'll see you again next summer. Good night, everybody.